I guess you're going to go champion. Good, very good. All right, now.
At 69 years old, after a lifetime spent inside the unforgiving world of boxing, Teddy Atlas finally decided to do something fans had begged him to do for decades. He revealed the list. His list. Not of champions, not of technicians, not of the fighters with the prettiest highlight reels, but the 10 boxers he admired more than anybody else. These are the fighters who shaped him, inspired him, frustrated him, and forced him to become the teacher he eventually became. For Teddy, boxing isn't just a sport. It's a test of the soul. It's about character under pressure, fire under fear, and the choices men make when the bell rings and there's nowhere to hide. His favorite fighters aren't just great boxers, they're great people, molded by struggle, pain, and grit. Today, we break down the 10 names that Teddy Atlas says defined his entire understanding of what a fighter truly is. 1. Mike Tyson. Teddy Atlas has a complicated, almost mythical history with Mike Tyson. Their relationship was shaped by talent, tension, and a young Tyson's explosive personality. Yet with time, perspective, and maturity, Teddy learned to appreciate what Tyson represented, a once-in-a-century natural gift wrapped inside chaos. Teddy described Tyson as a force of nature, a storm that could erase a man in seconds. He admired Tyson's commitment during his early years and the incredible discipline he showed under Cus D'Amato's system. What Teddy respected most wasn't Tyson's power, but his ability to intimidate through presence alone. Few fighters in history could win fights before the opening bell. To Teddy, Tyson's greatness wasn't only in his knockouts, but in the way he carried a generation of boxing on his shoulders, even when he was still just a kid trying to survive the world around him. 2. Muhammad Ali. Teddy Atlas has often said that greatness isn't just skill, it's purpose. And for him, no fighter embodied that more than Muhammad Ali. Teddy admired Ali not simply because he was fast, charismatic, or courageous in the ring, but because he was courageous outside of it. Ali was a man willing to risk everything, fame, titles, money, and even his future, for what he believed was right. Teddy loved Ali's ability to adapt, the lightning boy of the 60s, the iron-willed warrior of the 70s. He respected how Ali could take punishment, fight through suffering, and still rise. To Teddy, Ali represents the ultimate fighter's truth. You can't measure a man only by victories. You measure him by the battles he's willing to fight. Ali fought more than opponents. He fought for identity, dignity, and his place in history. 3. Joe Louis. For Teddy Atlas, Joe Louis wasn't just a heavyweight champion. He was a symbol of absolute professionalism. Teddy admired Louis's discipline, his humility, and his ability to remain calm in moments when the sport demanded everything. Louis fought during a time of deep racial tension, and yet he carried himself with grace, dignity, and quiet destruction. Teddy often highlighted Louis' technique, the balance, the footwork, the perfect punches delivered with mechanical precision. He believed Louis was the blueprint for how a heavyweight should move and think. But beyond skill, Teddy respected Louis's responsibility. He was a champion for the people, a man who united an entire country at a time when unity felt impossible. Louis represented a fighter who never needed trash talk, excuses, or drama, just mastery. Teddy said it best. Joe Louis didn't fight men, he dismantled them. 4. Roberto Duran. Teddy Atlas admired Roberto Duran for his raw spirit, a fighter who treated boxing not as a profession, but as survival. Duran came from the streets of Panama, and Teddy loved how that upbringing shaped his fighting style. Aggressive, relentless, emotional, and fearless. Teddy praised Duran's ability to brawl and box, his ability to make technical fighters uncomfortable, and his ability to break men down mentally before breaking them physically. What Teddy respected most, though, was Duran's refusal to be defined by failure. After the no mas moment, many fighters would never recover. But Duran reinvented himself, climbed weight classes, and proved that greatness isn't linear. It's forged through adversity. Teddy always admired fighters who could get off the floor emotionally, and Duran did that not once, but dozens of times throughout his long career. 5. Marvin Hagler. To Teddy Atlas, Marvin Hagler was the definition of a working-class champion. Nothing was given to him, everything was earned. Hagler spent years fighting in small venues, being avoided by top contenders, and dealing with the politics of boxing. Teddy respected the chip Hagler carried on his shoulder, a chip forged not from ego, but from being overlooked. Teddy admired Hagler's dedication, his discipline, and his refusal to complain. He entered every fight in elite shape, ready to go to war. And when he fought with purpose and emotion, yet with complete control. Teddy often said that Hagler's eyes told the truth. Cold, focused, no nonsense. To Teddy, Hagler represented a fighter who turned doubt into fuel and became one of the most complete middleweights in history. 6. Floyd Mayweather Jr. While some fans see Floyd Mayweather Jr. through controversy or personality, Teddy Atlas saw something different: mastery. He praised Mayweather for his defensive genius, his unmatched ring IQ, and his ability to make world-class opponents miss by inches. Teddy admired Mayweather's understanding of distance, his discipline in staying in shape year-round, and his patience inside the ring. What Teddy loved most was that Mayweather made boxing look like chess. It wasn't chaos, it was calculation. Teddy also respected Mayweather's adaptability. Whether facing power punchers, speedsters, or pressure fighters, Floyd always found a way to neutralize their strengths. Teddy considered him one of the smartest fighters ever to lace up gloves. 7. Manny Pacquiao. Teddy Atlas was always fascinated by Manny Pacquiao, a fighter who started with almost nothing and became a global icon. Teddy admired Pacquiao's explosive style, the angles, the speed, the footwork, the unexpected attacks that came like lightning. To Teddy, Pacquiao embodied fearlessness. He moved up through weight classes, took risks, fought bigger men, and embraced challenges few fighters would ever dare attempt. But beyond boxing, Teddy admired Pacquiao's generosity, his humility, and his connection to people. Pacquiao fought with joy, passion, and purpose, and Teddy believed those qualities made him not only a great fighter, but a great human being. 8. Pernell Whitaker. Teddy Atlas admired Pernell Whitaker not because he was flashy or powerful, but because he was a true craftsman. Whitaker represented the beauty of pure boxing, the art of defense, timing, rhythm, and angles. Teddy often said Whitaker was one of the toughest fighters to hit clean, calling him a magician in gloves. What Teddy respected most was Whitaker's courage. Defensive geniuses are often dismissed as runners, but Whitaker stood in the pocket, slipping punches by millimeters. Teddy believed Whitaker never got the full respect he deserved in his time, but his legacy only grew as people realized how difficult and brilliant his style truly was. 9. Evander Holyfield. Teddy Atlas admired Evander Holyfield for one reason above all: heart. Holyfield wasn't the biggest, strongest, or fastest heavyweight, but he was one of the bravest. Teddy respected Holyfield's ability to fight through pain, adversity, and overwhelming odds. Whether stepping up to face bigger heavyweights, battling through wars with Riddick Bowe, or challenging Mike Tyson when others were afraid, Holyfield fought without hesitation. Teddy admired the way Holyfield combined toughness with skill, never relying solely on grit. He fought smart, disciplined, and full of belief, qualities Teddy always valued. 10. Thomas Hearns. Teddy Atlas always had a special appreciation for Thomas Hearns. The hitman was explosive, unpredictable, and always willing to take risks. Hearns had freakish physical attributes: height, reach, and power. But what Teddy admired was his fighting spirit. Hearns didn't protect himself with caution. He fought with intention, excitement, and danger. Teddy loved fighters who took chances, and Hearns lived for them. Teddy respected how Hearns moved across divisions, fought legends, and never let fear dictate his choices. Whether he won or lost, Hearns gave everything, and that's what Teddy admired most. For Teddy Atlas, boxing was never just about punches or belts. It was about honesty. The ring exposes who a man really is, and the 10 fighters Teddy chose each carried something special: discipline, courage, imagination, or raw fire. These fighters shaped Teddy's philosophy, influenced his training methods, and taught him lessons that lasted a lifetime. At 69, Teddy revealed not just his favorite fighters, but the values he believes define greatness. And whether fans agree with his list or not, one thing is clear. Teddy's choices weren't about popularity. They were about character, about men who walked into the ring with more than skills. They walked in with purpose.